Namaskar, good evening. You are watching Rajya Sabha television. I am Smriti Rastogi with News Tonight. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines. General Elections 2019 kicks off tomorrow with first phase polling for 91 seats across 20 states. Over 14 crore 25 voters to decide fate of 1,279 candidates. Voting to be also held for state elections in Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim and 28 assembly seats in Odisha. Nomination process begins for the fifth phase. After holding roadshow, Rahul Gandhi files papers from Amethi. Voting to be held for 51 seats on 6th of May. Prominent candidates include UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi, Rajnath Singh, Smriti Irani, Jayant Sinha and Sharad Yadav. Sardar Patel would never have approved of Congress manifesto of false promises, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his campaign speech in Sonagarh in Gujarat. In Goa, Prime Minister asserts power-hungry Congress only wants to loot money. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wins record fifth term. In his congratulatory message, Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, looking forward to continuing to work with him to take bilateral partnership to new heights. And new era begins in the world of astrophysics. World sees image of black hole snapped for the first time by 8 powerful radio telescopes. Ring of Fire photographed 55 million light years away in galaxy M87. But first, all the election news from the upcoming Lok Sabha elections 2019. The election authorities are fully geared up for conducting free and fair general elections on Thursday. In the first phase of polling on April 11th, a total of 91 parliamentary constituencies spread across 20 states will go to polls. The remaining 6 phases will be held on April 18th, 23rd, April 29th, May 6th, May 12th and May 29th. Results will be declared on 23rd of May. 25 seats of Andhra Pradesh, 17 of Telangana, 8 seats of Uttar Pradesh, 7 seats of Maharashtra, 5 seats each of Assam and Uttarakhand, 4 each of Bihar and Odisha, 2 of Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Meghalaya and West Bengal, and 1 seat each of Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, Andaman and Lakshadweep are going to polls in the first phase. Several key candidates are contesting in the first phase. The Congress has pitted former BJP leader Nana Patole against senior BJP leader and Union Minister Nitin Gadkari from the Nagpur Lok Sabha seat in Maharashtra. A tough fight also awaits Minister of State for Home Kiran Rijiju on his home turf, the Arunachal West constituency. He is facing former Chief Minister of Congress Nabam Tuki. In Uttarakhand's Almora seat, BJP's sitting parliamentarian Ajay Tamta faces Congress's Pradeep Tamta. In Jammu and Kashmir's Jammu Lok Sabha seat, BJP candidate Jugal Kishore Sharma is hoping for a re-election. National Conference is supporting Congress candidate ex-minister Raman Bhalla from this constituency. PDP too has opted for not fielding any candidate. And apart from the Lok Sabha elections, April 11th will also witness one-phased assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh and first phase of 4-phased assembly elections in Odisha. Polling will be held in a single phase for 175-member Andhra Pradesh Assembly. The TDP is locked in a fierce battle for power with the YSR Congress party. In Sikkim, out of the 32 seats, the ruling Sikkim Democratic Front holds the majority with 22 seats, while the opposition party, Sikkim Krantikari Morcha, has only 10 seats. Besides these two, this time Sikkim will see another political outfit in fray named Hamro Sikkim Party, led by ex-footballer Baichung Bhutia. The eastern state of Arunachal Pradesh will see the elections for 57 state seats and 2 Lok Sabha seats on Thursday. The election in the state is most likely to be a heated contest between the BJP, Congress and Conrad Sangma's led NPP, PPA and JDS. Elections in Odisha will be conducted between April 11th and April 29th. Odisha has 147 assembly constituencies that will go to polls in 4 phases and will be held along with the Lok Sabha elections. The term for Odisha Assembly ends on 11th of June. And prior to the first phase Lok Sabha elections, Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora has appealed to voters to come out in large numbers to cast their ballot.
11 अप्रैल को हमारे देश की 17वीं लोकसभा के 7 चरणों में जो चुनाव होंगे उसका फर्स्ट फेज है। इस देश के लगभग जो 90 करोड़ मतदाता हैं, इन सारे चरणों में अपना मत देंगे। इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया हम सब की तरफ से जो हमारे वोटर्स हैं यदि मतदाता हैं उनसे विनम्र अपील भी है, प्रार्थना भी है कि वो अधिकाधिक अपना मतदान घर से निकल के करें, अपने कार्य से घर से निकल के करें।
Meanwhile, our correspondent Ravindra Singh Shioran took stock of the poll preparedness in Vidarbha region in Maharashtra.
The Election Commission has made all the arrangements for the upcoming election on 11th of April. That is the first phase of the Lok Sabha elections for the 2019, and everything has been put in place by the Election Commission. We are right now standing at one of the electronic voting machine distribution center where the employees of the Election Commission and the officers has been put to the task to take the electronic voting machine at the respective places, and the electronic voting machine distribution is going on. You can see all the employees are working on the last minute details before they start to go to their respective places of the duty. This area Vidarbha, which is going for the polls in the first phase, 7 Lok Sabha seats are going for the polls, and this area consists of some sensitive zones which includes the Gadchiroli and Chandrapur belt, which had been an influence of Naxal movement in the past. Now the incumbent government has been claiming that because of their developmental schemes, they could manage to diffuse the effect of the Naxal in this area. And also, this is an important election. The first phase is quite important, especially for the BJP and the Shiv Sena. In the last election in the 2014, they could manage to register a facile victory in all the 7 Lok Sabha constituencies. And this time, they have been challenged by the alliance of the Congress and the NCP. The main contender, the important key contender in these 7 seats are Nitin Gadkari, who is the central minister and the former national president of the BJP, and he has been fielded against Nana Patole, who is the leader of the Congress party from the Nagpur constituency.
Sikkim is all set for simultaneous assembly and Lok Sabha polls. An electorate of over 4 lakh would exercise their franchise on Thursday to elect a new 32-member Sikkim Legislative Assembly as well as its only Lok Sabha member. There are 567 polling booths in the state, among which 120 have been declared sensitive.
With the total voting population of 4.32 lakh, Sikkim will have 39 polling booths exclusively for women.
In fact, we are very excited about it. This is our first experience.
How many staff are there?
We are total 6 people, and we all have come from different places, and we are very happy, to be part of this election.
The poll officials had a special training session on Wednesday to perform their duties.
ये हमारा सिक्किम में 4 जिले हैं. पूर्व जिला सबसे बड़ा जिला है, सबसे ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है. यहाँ पे इस बार के इलेक्शन में 214 पोलिंग स्टेशन है, और 214 पोलिंग स्टेशन जो हैं उनमें 12 असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी हैं और पार्लियामेंट का भी इलेक्शन है, तो दोनों साइमल्टेनियस इलेक्शन हो रहे हैं.
2 policemen have been deployed for each booth. Paramilitary forces will be stationed at booths that earmarked as critical.
हम 18 मार्च से इधर ही है. 18 मार्च से स्टार्ट हम लोग का 68 डेज इधर ही है हमारा ड्यूटी. आफ्टर काउंटिंग उसके बाद जब रिजल्ट होगा, हाँ उसके बाद हम लोग उसके बाद डिपार्चर होगा. हम लोग काउंटिंग के बाद जब रिजल्ट होगा, सर्टिफिकेट इशू होगा, उसके बाद हम लोग यहाँ से डिस्पेस होंगे.
The ratio of men to women voters is 51 to 49 in the state. 11 candidates are in the fray for just 1 Lok Sabha constituency, while 150 candidates are in the fray for 32 assembly constituencies.
Sikkim is ready for voting. Small but vibrant state as far as democracy is concerned, and very clean state. People are very good. It will be interesting to see that how many people come and vote. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha television with camera person D.K. Pandey in Gangtok.
And for more information for tomorrow's polls in Sikkim, we'll go across to our correspondent Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us from Gangtok. Akhilesh, Sikkim is all set for simultaneous state and Lok Sabha polls. There are 567 polling booths in Sikkim, among which 120 have been declared sensitive. What are the security arrangements for tomorrow's polls?
This is really interesting to see that Sikkim has comparatively a very peaceful state, and Sikkim is understood to be third most literate state in the country. Other than that, Sikkim is very important strategically because the state is surrounded by 4 countries: China, Bangladesh, Bhutan and Nepal, and that makes Sikkim very important for India. Other than that, Sikkim is very special because it has got a special status like 370F on the lines of Jammu and Kashmir, and people enjoy certain privileges, and it is like a respect to these people who had joined Indian nation in 1975. So given this fact, that security arrangement is not a major concern in the state. I could see that it is a very disciplined state. People are fearless. Both women and men roam on the road till late in the night. So I don't think any security problem is there. But given the fact that it's the biggest exercise in 5 years, both assembly and parliamentary, elections are going on. So in that way, enough security arrangement has been made. 18 paramilitary battalions have been posted. They will keep roaming on roads, moving. Also, there will be flying squads. And there are special arrangements for webcasting from almost all the polling stations. Where there is a mobile connection is not available, they will record the whole process for the whole day. So in that way, I think enough arrangement has been made so that people can feel fearless, secure, and also they can feel that someone is monitoring if something is going on in the state, something wrong is going on in the state. Smriti?
Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for joining us and giving us all the ground details from there in Sikkim. Moving on, Nizamabad Lok Sabha constituency in Telangana is all set to create history in India's parliamentary elections, with polling to be conducted with 12 big-sized EVMs in every polling booth. 185 candidates, including more than 170 farmers, are in the poll fray in Nizamabad Lok Sabha seat.
The first constituency in the country to see polling with electronic voting machines for 185 candidates, Nizamabad will have elections along with 16 other Lok Sabha seats on April 11th. 27,185 EVMs, 3,530 control units and 3,651 VVPATs have been deployed across 1,788 polling stations in the constituency.
We had experience with handling large numbers, but this would be the first time we would be going with EVMs and all that. So there was an intense discussion with the officials in the field and with the ECI, concerned authorities, experts and all that. And look, I mean, the recent bunch of EVMs that we are using, the M3 machines as we call them, are capable of handling 383 candidates plus one nota, none of the above option. Basically, we can connect 24 ballot units into one CU and then operate it. So if we have gone that far technologically, then this was the time for us to demonstrate the technology that we have and conduct it on EVMs. The big challenge, of course, here was to prepare that many. We required 27,000 odd ballot units. All the machines had to be prepared. Each one had to be set candidate setting.
At every polling station, officials will install a flexi board with serial numbers, names, photographs and party symbols of candidate. With 185 candidates in the poll fray, the cost of arrangements will be about 35 crore rupees, 15 crore rupees more than the average expenditure for any seat. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
A notification for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections was issued on Wednesday. 51 constituencies spread over 7 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase on 6th of May. Candidates will be able to file their nomination papers till 18th of April. Scrutiny of nomination papers will be done on 20th of April, while 22nd April is the last date to withdraw the candidature. Campaigning for the 5th phase will end on 4th of May. Voting will be held for 14 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 12 in Rajasthan, 7 seats each in West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh, 5 in Bihar, 4 in Jharkhand and 2 seats in Jammu and Kashmir. The prominent face in this phase are UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Union Minister Smriti Irani, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Jayant Sinha to contest from Jharkhand's Hazaribagh Lok Sabha seat, Sharad Yadav to contest from Bihar's Madhepura, among others. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed 2 election rallies in his home state, Gujarat, on Wednesday. Addressing the public in Junagadh, the Prime Minister invoked Gujarati pride to target the opposition Congress. He said the rival party has always harbored hatred towards Gujarat, saying it had relegated leaders from the state like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Morarji Desai. He further charged the party of working on a single-point agenda, Modi Hatao, in the Lok Sabha elections.
नोटों की गड्डियां मिल रही है, पैसा कहां से कहां जा रहा था, किसके घर से निकला, कहां पहुंचा, सब मीडिया में छन छन करके खबर आ रहा है। मध्य प्रदेश में सरकार बने अभी 6 महीना भी नहीं हुआ, कांग्रेस ने पहले कर्नाटक में अपना एटीएम बनाया हुआ था, अब मध्य प्रदेश में कांग्रेस का एटीएम बन गया है और शायद राजस्थान और छत्तीसगढ़ का हाल भी अलग नहीं हो सकता है। कांग्रेस सिर्फ और सिर्फ पैसा लूटने के लिए सत्ता में आती है।
At another rally in Songarh, the Prime Minister accused the Congress of a Tughlaq Road election scam, saying the money meant for poor, pregnant women was looted from people. He was referring to the income tax raids conducted on houses of those considered close to Congress leaders, in which a huge amount of unaccounted cash was recovered. Later, the Prime Minister addressed a Vijay Sankalp Sabha in Goa as part of the BJP's campaign for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. He assured of a solution to the ongoing mining crisis in the state, saying the centre will toe the state government's line for resumption of the industry. Congress President Rahul Gandhi filed his nomination from Amethi Lok Sabha seat on Wednesday. Rahul Gandhi was accompanied by his mother and UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi and his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra for the filing of the nomination. Amethi is a Gandhi bastion in Uttar Pradesh, and Rahul has represented for the last 15 years this constituency. It goes to polls in the 5th phase on 6th of May. For the second consecutive time, Rahul Gandhi will face the BJP's Smriti Irani, who is likely to file her nomination papers a day later, which is on Thursday. In 2014, Smriti Irani lost to Rahul Gandhi. However, there was reduced margin of victory. Before filing the nominations, Rahul Gandhi held a roadshow with Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Robert Vadra.
इससे पहले मैंने वायनाड में नॉमिनेशन फाइल किया। तो सबसे पहले मैं अमेठी की जनता और वायनाड की जनता को दिल से धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं कि इतना प्यार उन्होंने मुझे दिया।
Prominent OBC leader from Gujarat and MLA Alpesh Thakur quit the Congress on Wednesday. Earlier in the day, Gujarat Kshatriya Thakur Sena, an outfit floated by him, decided to sever ties with the Congress. It also asked Thakur to resign from the Congress. Though he was keen to contest from Patan Lok Sabha seat, the Congress chose former MP Jagdish Thakur. After emerging as a prominent OBC leader in Gujarat, he had joined the Congress before the 2017 Assembly polls and won from Radhanpur seat in Patan district. And some more developments. The Centre and the Election Commission took contrary stance in the Supreme Court on Wednesday over political funding, with the government wanting to maintain anonymity of the donors of the electoral bonds and the poll panel batting for revealing the names of donors for transparency. The top court was hearing the plea of NGO, Association of Democratic Reforms, which has sought interim reliefs that either the issuance of electoral bonds be stayed or the names of the donors be made public to ensure transparency in the poll process. The centre told a bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi that the electoral bond scheme was meant to eradicate black money in political funding, and the anonymity of donors is to be maintained for various reasons, such as fear of repercussions on a firm if the other political party or group wins. The bench would resume the hearing on the plea on Thursday. Some more developments. The Supreme Court has dismissed the preliminary objections raised by the centre against using privileged documents for considering the review petitions in the Rafale case. The top court allowed use of documents in admitting the review petition filed by former union ministers Yashwant Sinha and Arun Shuri and lawyer activist Prashant Bhushan. The Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi in a unanimous decision held that it would consider the papers while examining the review petition. The government had argued that the plea for review on the Rafale verdict was not maintainable as it was based on documents which were covered under the Official Secrets Act. While the Congress said that the Supreme Court's decision on the issue was set back for the BJP, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the decision was not a setback to the party as the truth will become crystal clear in the top court.
The president of a party which had been in power for so many years has completely shown his frustration by attributing words which have not been uttered by the Honorable Court. It does verge on contempt.
And news now from Israel, where Benjamin Netanyahu appears to be headed towards a historic fifth term as a prime minister. With 97.4% of the vote counted, Netanyahu's conservative Likud party and its traditional political allies were in command of a 65-55 majority in the parliament. Final results are expected on Thursday. Several world leaders congratulated Netanyahu for his excellent showing in the elections. US President Donald Trump said Netanyahu's victory gives a better chance to a yet-to-be-unveiled US peace plan to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Benjamin Netanyahu through a Twitter message. And after close to 10 years of extensive research, astronomers unveiled the first photo of a black hole on Wednesday. The first ever image is captured by the Event Horizon Telescope program, which is an international cooperation program set up by over 200 researchers from across the world. To image the black hole, the EHT stationed 8 radio telescopes around the world to observe and collect data of the same targets at the same time. The image captured is of the black hole, which is 50 million light years away in a galaxy known as M87. And that's all we have for you in this edition of News Tonight. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.